Okay, friends, good afternoon. We're going to start a new that is cost of capital, right? No, it's not cost of capital. Which chapter we are going to start?
Cost of capital.
Yeah, cost of capital. That was our plan, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, capital structure is already over, so we'll be starting the other chapter, that cost of capital today. We're supposed to start. Okay, so I'll be sharing with you the screen, the relevant file on cost of capital. Let me share, then we start the topic. Are you able to see the screen? Both of you, Rosalie, I think it will take some time.
No,
Yes, sir.
Meghna,
Yes, sir.
Meghna, is it visible to you?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay, Rosalie, I think it is buffering. No?
yes, sir. It is buffering.
Okay, just wait for a few seconds.
Now it is visible.
It is visible. Okay. So,
Yes, sir.
in your syllabus, this particular chapter, that cost of capital, contains two things in fact. First, we'll be learning about sources of long-term finance, and then we'll move to area of cost of capital. See what are the sources to which long-term finances are available. That is the first part. So before that, we know if you want to do some kind of business, we need money. Okay, and money
Yes, sir.
means we need some kind of finance, right? We need to buy various kinds of
Yes.
assets for the business, right? Some of these assets are current assets, some of these assets are non-current assets, or we call it as fixed assets also sometimes. These kinds of assets we need, is it not? So we need, let us say, building, we
Yes.
need machines, we need furnitures, we need inventory, stock, all these things are there. So certain things like, let us say, inventory, etc., are called as current assets. Like furniture, plant, machine, etc., they are called as non-current assets or fixed assets, loosely we
Yes.
call them. Right. So to buy or to
Yes.
acquire all these things, we need money. Is it not? We need money,
Yes, sir.
and
Yes, sir.
we need various sources through which this money can be collected. Normally, we can broadly classify these sources into two types. One is short-term sources. Short-term sources means we need finance for our working capital, or long-term sources.
Yes, sir.
Long-term sources means for a long term we are searching for a kind of finance. Okay. And in this chapter we will be learning about the cost of debt and cost of equity, and both of them are long-term sources. And here we are talking about long-term debt and cost of equity. Both are long-term sources of getting finance. Okay, you are
Yes,
understanding?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me first explain you this particular picture. So slowly we'll move. We'll understand the fundamentals or background of this chapter. You are seeing it, Rosalie. You are able to see this picture.
Yes, sir.
Please read
Yes, sir.
what is there. The title. What is the title of this picture?
Finance function.
Okay, finance function.
Oh,
Do you understand what is the finance function? First of all, you see. Look up here. So let us say this is finance manager. Okay.
yes, sir.
Okay. And finance manager takes various kinds of financial decisions. Various kinds of financial decisions are taken, and one major category of decision, or two kinds of decision we can say. There are other decisions also like dividend decision. One is investment decision, right? We have studied the chapter capital budgeting. Is it not? Capital budgeting we have already covered. That was an
Yes, sir.
example of investment decision. There we are taking decision where to make investment. Is it not?
Investment.
That is investment decision. And this capital structure also we have understood. Is it not? How to create a good
Sir.
combination of capital structure so that overall cost of capital can be minimum, so that the
Yeah.
value of the firm can be maximum. That concept we have understood, right? That is called financing
Yes.
decision. So a finance manager takes investment decision, financing decision. There is also one more kind of decision, dividend decision also it takes. We'll be learning that subsequent. Okay. So at this stage, we know investment decisions are taken and financing decisions are taken. Okay. Investment decisions are required
Yes.
to run the business for my business operation purpose. For let us say for acquiring plant and machinery, for acquiring raw material, for acquiring investment, I have to take various kinds of investment decision. I have to invest money in those kind of assets, right? And
Yes,
if
sir.
I want to invest money, I need some money. Therefore, I have to take some financing decision. I need to know what
Yes,
should be my
sir.
capital structure, where from I will be getting money. Okay, how much I will be collecting from debt, how much I should have equity. So for that thing, I have to deal with financial market, right? Because money is available in financial market, I have to acquire money by taking financing decision. Okay, and coming to investment decision, here two things we have to learn. One is capital budgeting, which you have already covered. How to make investment, that decisions can be taken.
Yes, sir.
Other part is the working capital management. Here we'll be learning about how much of working capital is necessary, how to compute working capital. Those kind of working capital related decisions are also a part of investment decisions. Okay, okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
coming to financing decision, we are expecting to learn two things. One is cost of capital, other part is the capital structure. Capital structure theories and those concepts we have already learned. We have also understood that capital structure has got importance as regards to valuation of the farm. By changing capital structure, it is also possible to bring changes in the value of the farm. Is it not? That we have understood.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now we are going to go learn this part. What is cost of capital? Because only when I need the cost of capital, I can decide the suitable capital structure. In your previous classes, we have seen that the cost of equity and cost of debt, these concepts we have used. We have understood already that cost of
Yes, sir.
debt is lower than cost of equity, is it not? Therefore, we have to create a
Yes,
combination
sir.
in such a way that
Yes, sir.
overall cost will be minimum. So, under this cost of
Minimum.
capital heading, we have to learn what is cost of debt, what is cost of equity. These two concepts we are going to learn. Okay, this picture you have understood.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will be
Yes, sir.
explaining you one more picture now. This is again a different picture. Are you able to see this picture? Different picture you are seeing capital budgeting decision.
No, sir.
No,
You
same
know,
No,
picture.
sir.
it is.
Now it is. Are you able to see it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Capital budgeting decision. Okay, it is taking some transmission time. So maybe after one or maybe around 30 seconds after you'll be able to see. Right. Now you see capital budgeting decision. If you look at this kind of decision, this budgeting decision, you see they includes all these kinds of decision on the right hand side. Please read what are the kinds of decision. Under capital budgeting decision, you see four kinds of decision normally we talk about. Please read it.
Replacement,
Replacement.
modernization, expansion, diversification.
Uh, That means if I want to replace one asset, okay, I want to change one asset for another asset, or I want to modernize, add some new asset, or I want to expand my project, or diversify. One sector I'm doing business, I want to do some additional sector I want to include. So all these things are example of capital budgeting decision. There we need investment. Okay, and to execute that decision, if I want to take some budgeting decisions, I need money. Is it not? I need to raise money. ओके सिर्फ डिसीजन तो लेने से नहीं होगा आपको पैसा चाहिए टू implement that decision. Is it not? When I need money,
Yes, sir.
then I have three sources comes to my mind. What are these sources? Can you read this time?
Okay.
Internal fund.
This side. These are the sources through which I can collect money.
Debt, external equity.
First one,
Internal fund,
Internal
debt,
fund.
internal fund, debt,
debt,
and external. Okay,
external.
these are the three things. Okay, internal funds means I can use my reserves and surpluses. Debt, take term loan. I can take, let us say, debentures. I can issue bonds. And external equity means I will go for issuing additional equity shares. So these are the primary sources through which I can collect. Fine. And to take a decisions, all these kind of decisions, that means where from how much money will be collected, they are broadly, or they can be grouped as capital structure decision, because this combination will affect my capital structure. If I take a decision that is going to affect my capital structure, I'll be calling it as capital structure decision. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
this
sir.
capital structure decision, if I have to take some capital structure decision, I need to understand, first of all, what is my existing capital structure. अभी फर्म का और अभी कंपनी का existing capital structure कैसा है? How much is the debt? How much is the equity? I need to understand. Right? Then what is the
Yes, sir.
desired debt equity mix? कितनी होना चाहिए? मतलब इतनी होने से firm will give best performance. Cost of capital will be lower and value of the firm should be maximum. मेरे को अभी के हालत पता होना चाहिए. Then what is the desired mix, that also I should. ठीक है? ये दोनों चीज तो जरूरी है. In addition to that, I need to know one more concept, that is my payout policy. Payout policy means the profit that I am going to earn, how I am going to distribute. कितनी मैं दूंगा शेयर होल्डर को, कितनी अपने पास रखूं. ठीक है, क्योंकि पूरा अगर मैंने दे दिया शेयर होल्डर को, then business will not grow. Entire money, if it is distributed, business will not grow. And if I do not pay anything, then also shareholders expectations are not met. Okay, so I have to draw a balance. कितनी दूंगा, कितनी अपने पास रखूं. That decision is called as a payout policy. We'll be learning this concept when we will be learning dividend decision. Dividend decision, one chapter is there. In that chapter, we'll be learning this concept of payout policy. Okay,
Yes.
right. So now three things are important for us. One is existing capital structure. What are the other two things?
A desired debt equity mix, and the another one is payout policy.
Payout policy. These are the three things. Now, if you are deciding on this thing, what should be the desired debt equity mix, I have to again consider, if I changes the mix, suppose there is existing something is there, some kind of ratio is there, debt and equity, I want to change it, because now I have understood my capital structure planning says no, debt has to be increased, then only return can be maximized. If I understand that thing, I have to understand and I have to realize that if I changes, it will be it will having effect on two things. One is the return will change, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Return will change. Second thing is that suppose I am increasing
Yes.
debt, return may change, but at the same time I am inviting risk also,
Yes, sir.
right? That also you have understood, right? So it has effect on return and also effect on risk.
Risk.
Okay, and this return and risk, these are the two things which affect my cost of capital primarily. Primarily, cost of capital depends upon my return and return and upon the risk.
Risk.
These are the two factors, broad factors. Other factors are also there, which contribute to cost of capital. And my objective is that after knowing this cost of capital, I'll be deciding what is the optimal or best possible capital structure. If at all I have, after all I am capable of making this optimal capital structure, I'll be able to maximize the value of the firm. Okay, and
Yes.
that is what I want. In financial management, I want that. Ultimately, I want this value maximization of the firm. But to achieve
हाँ.
this thing, I have to start from investing. इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए ये सारी सोर्सेस है, पैसा इधर से आएगा, ठीक है, इधर से तो these are the possibilities, but how to balance them, I have to decide the capital structure. Keeping in mind all those three things, I have to decide a suitable capital structure. And I also recognize that if I change the capital structure, it will be having effect on my return and the risk. And this return and risk are going to affect my cost of capital. So keeping in mind the cost of capital, I have to decide the optimal capital structure so that value of the firm can be maximized. Understood the entire model? This is how
Yes, sir.
decisions can be taken.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now, and in this chapter, we are going to learn about long-term finances, not short-term finances. Short-term finances means, let us say you are purchasing some inventory, some raw material you are purchasing. Let us say you are purchasing on credit. Credit पे हम किसी से ला रहे हो. That is also finance, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but
For
that
sure.
is short-term finance. You might be paying him in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Very short term, you'll be able to pay back. It's called as credit finance. But that is also a source of finance. We are not talking about that thing. That those things will be learning when we will be learning the working capital chapter. And now what we are exactly learning is about long-term finances. Okay, that means if you look at these features, the features of this long-term finance, first feature is that normally it involves financing of non-current assets. Meaning we are
Yes,
talking
sir.
about fixed assets, not about current assets. Okay, can you give me some examples of non-current assets?
Non-current asset is also fixed asset, like
Yeah, give me an example. Example like
buildings,
building. Okay,
building machinery.
yeah. So these are non-current assets. So if you these are you see these are the long-term assets. These assets last for long term, is it not? So if you want to finance for these assets, we go for long-term finance. And this kind of finance is obtained from capital market. Capital market is the market for long-term sources. Okay, you'll be learning financial market in the some other paper. You must be learning. There you must be knowing there is one market called as the capital market. Other market is called as the money market. Money
Yes,
market
sir.
is for short-term finance, and capital market is for
Long-term finance.
long-term finance. Okay, and since you're talking about long-term finance, we'll be talking about capital market. It can be equity market, it can be debt market, but it's a long-term market. Okay. And these long-term sources of finance have a long-term impact on the business. It has some long-term impact. Long-term in the sense, let us say you decide to go for equity finance. चलो आपने decide किया चलो equity share issue करते हैं. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So it has long-term impact. मतलब जब तक business है वो तो share रहेगा आपका पास. Yeah, we already issued that thing. Is it? So it has some permanent impact on your business. आप चाहो तो उसको return नहीं कर सकते unless you want to redeem or buy back that shares in the exceptional situation. So once you have taken a decision to issue equity, that means it is almost permanent. Or let us say
Yes,
you
sir.
are going for a long-term loan. Let us say you are going for the term loan for 8 years. So it is long-term. You have to bear its effect for 8 years. Is it not? So once you are taking
Yes, sir.
decision, once you are taking decision like this, you have to you can see its long-term impact. And normally this kind of finance is taken for big projects, expansion plans to increase production, to increase business operations. For this kind of major activities, we go for this kind. Not for minor activities like purchase of raw material, purchase of some small thing. This this kind of finances are not used. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the normal feature. One additional feature we can still remember that you see coming to working capital. Working capital is normally financed through short-term finance. Right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you see, a part of the working capital is also permanent. That means permanently long run, every day we need some kind of working capital. So that permanent part of the working capital can be financed through long-term sources also. Right? Working capital requirement goes up, comes down. On everyday basis, it varies, is it not? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Suppose suppose every day you need uh, let us say every day you are going to college, you are going to your institutions, you need some kind of money. Right? Let us say every day you need 50 rupees to attend your classes. So that is the working capital you need. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
But you must have observed every day's requirement is not same. Someday you might be requiring 50 rupees, someday you might be requiring 60 rupees, someday you might be requiring 40 rupees, it will vary. Is it not? Meaning your daily working capital will vary. But you have understood, even if it varies 60, 45, 40, 30, like this. But you see, one out of this money, out of this requirement, a portion of the working capital requirement is permanent. That means a minimum certain amount you need. That means at least you need 20 rupees. Suppose we will take it like this. That means 20 rupees is permanent. Always daily you will be needing 20 rupees. That is fixed. On the top of it, it may vary. Sometimes you may need 25, sometimes you may need 60. Like this, it will vary. So one part is constant. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
if that is constant, that constant part is called as the fixed part of working capital. That part can also be arranged through long-term finance. right? Even if working capital is a short-term asset, but still is a short-term requirement. Even if working capital is a short-term requirement, but still long that permanent part of the working capital can be financed through long-term finance. Are you getting me?
Long-term sources.
Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. In case you're having
Yes,
any
sir.
query, just raise your voice. Okay. Now we'll be learning about this thing. Purpose of long-term finance. Generally, three purposes can be identified. First of all, to finance fixed assets, to finance permanent part of working capital, which you have discussed right now. Then to finance growth or expansion of the business. Right? For these purposes, we need
Long-term.
long-term finance.
Long-term.
Okay. So generally, just have
Yes, sir.
a theoretical idea. Right? So permanent part of working capital
Yes.
or for growth and expansion, generally we need. This is the purpose of long-term finance. Then next concept we are going to learn certain factors that determine long-term finance requirement. So our long-term financial requirement depends upon these factors. There might be other factors also. These are, you can say, the main factors and the primary factors. What is the first one? It's factor.
Nature of business.
Nature of the business. So you see, some kind of businesses are like this that you will be needing some kind of long-term finance. So to do that kind of business, you will be needing a plant or you will be needing a building. Some kind of long-term assets are required. Some businesses you may do the business without any long-term finance also. Is it not? So the nature of the business affects the requirement of long-term finance. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose you are thinking of doing a business which can be managed with short-term finance. That's good. The nature of business is such that you don't need any long-term plan. You don't need any kind of fixed asset. Still, you can do business. So your long-term financial requirement is not affected by that. Second thing is that nature of goods produced. The kind of good you are producing, that also affect the requirement of long-term requirement of long-term finance. If goods are produced of such nature that to produce that thing you need some kind of assets or some kind of long-term investments are required, then you will be requiring long-term finance. Right? Similarly, your
Yes, sir.
technology, the technology that you are using to do your business, that may also require long-term finance. If you are making some kind of long-term investments, then you will be needing finance. The essence of all these 3 points is that we have to see if at all we need some kind of long-term investment. Long-term investment can be required because of nature of business, because of nature of goods, or because of technology. The moment
Use
I
of
need some
technology.
kind of the moment I need some kind of long-term investment, then I need a long-term source to finance it.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Right? Understood? Okay. Now, having
Yes, sir.
understood that this is the reason for which I need long-term finance, we'll be thinking what are the possible sources of getting long-term finance. So you see, these are the main sources you can see. We can classify the sources into two parts. One is internal sources, other one is external sources. Okay. Okay. What are these sources primarily?
Internal sources and
Okay. Now tell me under internal, what are the possibilities?
equity share capital. Pref-
Okay. Now, first of all, understand what is equity share capital. When you issue equity share capital, what happens? The people who invest money in this equity share capital, they become the owners. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
They are the owners. So we use our owners' money. Therefore, that is internal. Our own people's money. The moment they will buy, they will automatically become owners. Okay,
Yes,
understood.
sir.
Similarly, preference share capital. Okay, that is also our own money. Only thing is that we pay a fixed rate of dividend. Okay. We
Yes,
don't have obligation like a debt. They are also not, you say, outsiders. And in certain situations, they also participate in the management. They also participate in the voting in certain situations which affect their interest. Right. So preference share capital can be also grouped as an internal source. Third part is the retain earning. Retain earning means understand that we are talking about the reserves and surpluses.
Yes.
It is also
yes,
that
sir.
also belong to company's own equity shareholders, and that is available already with the firm with the company. So that is also one more example of internal sources. So internal sources, when we talk, we call these things like equity shares, preference shares, and retained earning as our internal sources. Coming to external sources, there is also three possibilities. Right? Can you tell these? Can you read down these three possibilities? External,
Debentures, term loan, and other.
Debenture.
term loan, and others. Right? Debentures, it can be redeemable, irredeemable like this. This is not redeemable nowadays.
Yes, sir.
Only you can say all debentures are redeemable, but it can be convertible debentures, non-convertible debentures. Right? Similarly, term loans. Term loans means when you take a loan for a fixed term. It might be for 5 years, it might be for 6 years, it might be for 8 years, but it is for a fixed term of period. Okay, and within that term, loan needs to be repaid. So that is called as a term. Other sources may be from external, maybe external in the sense maybe from foreign sources I can collect money. Maybe from some non-financial, maybe some kind of non-banking financial institutes I can collect some money. Right. So these are the examples of other sources. So these are basically, you can say this picture shows the sources of long-term finance. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. With that background, now we'll be entering into the topic. That is, the sources part are over. Theoretical part, what are the various sources of long-term finance? That part is over. Now we'll be learning what is cost of capital. First, we'll have an idea, then we'll try to understand the meaning. You are seeing the slides now. What is cost of capital? Are you able to see
Yes,
this
sir.
slide? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So read the first sentence.
It is the rate of return which the company has to earn in order to meet the earning requirement of the investor.
Okay, so we need to understand all these sentences very carefully. So it is the rate of return which company has to earn in order to meet the earning requirement of the investor. Meaning, I need to suppose it is our company. Our company needs to earn a minimum rate of return. Okay, so that I can satisfy my investors. Meaning, suppose my equity shareholders is asking for 20% return, and my, let us say, debt holders, my people who has invested in my debentures, they are asking for 15% return. Then I should pay them, is it not?
Yes, sir.
I must pay
Yes,
them.
sir.
So how much I should earn to pay them? I should earn at least that much of profit so that their expectations can be met because they want to earn. My equity shareholders wants to earn 20%. My debenture holders wants to earn 15%. So I should pay them. So I should earn at least that much of profit.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
That should be my rate of return. And
Yes, sir.
that means what they are expecting, what my investors are expecting, that is my cost. Right? My investors' expectations are my cost, and I should earn at least that. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Meaning, when you are computing cost of capital, exactly what I'm computing the expectations of my investors. And these investors may be my equity holders, maybe my debt holders.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if you read the second point, that also elaborates the same thing. Minimum rate of return that a firm must earn on its investment, which will maintain the market value of the shares. So, as I told you, I must earn that much to satisfy my investors. Is it not? And if I do
Yes,
not
sir.
earn
Yes,
that
sir.
much, what will happen? my investors will be dissatisfied. I will not be able to pay that part. Suppose investors, my equity shareholder is expecting 20%, but I am paying him 18%. So whether he will be satisfied?
No, sir.
No, he will not be
No,
satisfied. If he is not satisfied, what he will do? He will sell his share.
Yes, sir.
Okay, he will
yes,
sell
sir.
his share. He will say, oh, let me invest in some other company. He will be selling his share.
Yes, sir.
So if when your investors are selling your shares, what will happen? Your market value of shares will go up or come down?
We will decrease.
Will decrease, right? Market value of shares will decrease. But I want to maintain that market value of shares. What I can do? I have to pay that much. अगर मैं 20% दूंगा तब वो नहीं जाएंगे. Is it not? क्योंकि उनका जो expectation है मैं दे दिया. अगर मैं उसे कम देता हूं तो what will happen? He will move. He will move means my share value will come down. So I should earn at least that much so that market value of the shares can be maintained. And market value of shares can be maintained only when I pay the expectation. ठीक है? समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now one more concept we are going to understand. The third point is that, can you read what is third point?
Opportunity
Opportunity
Cost of
cost of
an
an
investment.
investment.
This is one more thing we need to keep in mind. This, what is this opportunity cost of investment? It is the rate of return which a company should otherwise be able to earn at the same risk level at the investment that has already been selected. Okay, meaning
Yes,
if the company has got some option that at the same level of risk he can invest the money elsewhere. Suppose यहाँ अगर invest नहीं करेगा और कहीं invest करेगा, level of risk is same, and there also company could earn some return. Suppose a particular project में company invest नहीं करता है, but it has got an alternative. It can invest in another project, project B, where risk is also same. In that project, let us say the company could have earned 25%. Are you understanding my example?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, आपको समझ में आ रहा है क्या एग्जैक्टली मैं बोल रहा हूँ? मतलब यहाँ अगर इन्वेस्ट नहीं करेगा, कंपनी कुड इन्वेस्ट इन प्रोजेक्ट बी, जहाँ रिटर्न कितनी होगा?
20.
25%. ठीक है?
yes,
Okay,
sir.
you are getting, no?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा,
Yes, sir.
that means अगर प्रोजेक्ट कंपनी अगर प्रोजेक्ट ए करता है, बी करने से 25% रिटर्न उसको मिलता है. अगर कंपनी प्रोजेक्ट ए करता है, सो कंपनी इज सैक्रिफाइसिंग दैट रिटर्न. और
Yes, sir.
25% तो नहीं होगा, that
Yes,
is
sir.
sacrifice. So company is losing an opportunity to earn 25%. So what the company is losing, that is cost. This project has got a cost of 25% because for this project company is losing 25%. Understood? That is called as opportunity cost of investment. That is also one element of cost of capital. Understood?
सर लेकिन कंपनी तो प्रोजेक्ट बी से भी रिटर्न आ रहा है ना, तो लूज कैसे हो सकते हैं? वो तो एडजस्ट हो
कंपनी के सपोज दे आर म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव प्रोजेक्ट. ओके, कंपनी ए करेंगे और कंपनी बी, प्रोजेक्ट ए करेंगे और प्रोजेक्ट
Yes.
बी. ठीक है, सपोज आपको मैं एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ, आप कंपनी सेक्रेटरीशिप कोर्स कर रहे हो. ठीक है, आपको अगर मैं ऑप्शन दूं, आप कुछ अल्टरनेटिव कोर्स करो, बीकॉम करो और कंपनी सेक्रेटरीशिप कोर्स करो. नहीं, और आपको ऐसा ऑप्शन देता हूँ, आप अगर एक जॉब करो और कंपनी सेक्रेटरीशिप कोर्स करो. जॉब में सपोज यू कुड हैव अर्न 10,000 रुपीज पर मंथ. ठीक है, अगर आप सीएस
Yes, sir.
करोगे तो आपका 10,000 रुपये तो लॉस होगा.
यस सर.
ठीक है, क्योंकि सीएस करोगी तो मतलब वो जॉब नहीं कर पाओगे. वो जो 10,000 रुपये आप जो लॉस हो रहा है, दैट इज योर अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट. सीएस कोर्स का जो कॉस्ट अगर आप कंप्यूट करेंगे तो आपका नॉर्मल जो कॉस्ट है वो तो है ही, प्लस दिस इज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट बिकॉज यू आर लूजिंग दिस मच.
सर लेकिन आफ्टर सर्टेन पीरियड फिर से वो रिटर्न तो आ जाएगा ना?
हाँ, इसीलिए तो आप डिसीजन ले रहे हो. आप क्यों सीएस कर रहे हो? आपको लग रहा है अगर अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट को कंसीडर करके भी अगर मैं पर मंथ 10,000 रुपीज आई एम लूजिंग, बट still I will invest in CS course. After that, I will be getting more money so that this cost can also be recovered. उसके
Yes, sir.
बाद आपका अर्निंग ज्यादा हो जाएगा तो अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट भी रिकवर हो जाएगा. इसी दैट्स व्हाई यू आर डूइंग CS. अगर वो आप अगर वो नहीं सोचे होते तो बिल्कुल सीएस नहीं करते, आप अपना जॉब करते। अंडरस्टूड?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
that
sir.
is the meaning of opportunity cost. That means the cost of losing the best alternative, right? Company is otherwise
Yes.
able to earn 25%. So if company is planning to go for this project, then he will be losing 25%. That is his opportunity cost. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now last point we'll understand. This is in our capital budgeting chapter. We have understood that the future cash flows needs to be discounted. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Future cash flows needs to be discounted so that we can compare future cash flows with present cash flows, and we can take decisions.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And for discounting that cash flows at that stage also we have understood two things can be used for discounting these cash flows. One is time value of money, and other one is cost of capital.
Yes, sir.
Right? So if I discount the cash flows by using cost of capital, suppose cost of capital is 15%. So if I discount the cash flows at 15%, I am getting positive NPV. That means project is feasible. That means cost of capital will be definitely recovered. Is it not? And if you are getting negative NPV, that means project is not feasible. Cost of capital will not be recovered. So meaning that cost of capital is used, or cost of capital can be used as a discount rate for converting future cash flows to present value. So it is the
Yes, sir.
discount rate that is used for determining present value of the estimated cash flows. ठीक है? Understood this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the basic idea about the cost of capital. Now furthermore we will understand now exact meaning. As we have understood, it is the required return necessary to make a capital budgeting project. That means if I want to invest money in some project, minimum I need to earn this much of return. It's the required return. ठीक है? It's the required return to do any kind of capital budgeting project or the capital budgeting decision.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है? You are agreeing to this?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
this
sir.
cost of capital, yeah, you are asking something?
No, sir.
No.
Acha. And this cost of capital includes broadly two things. One is cost of debt and other one
Cost
is
of
cost of equity. दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन मिला के हम लोग को मिलेगा cost of capital.
cost of capital.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And this cost of capital, once we know the cost of capital, this determines how a company can raise money. अगर cost पता चलेगा, हम लोग फिर सोचेंगे कहाँ से पैसा लाएं. ठीक है? अगर जो
Yes, sir.
मतलब suppose we know this is the cost, we will definitely try to go for the cheap source. जहाँ सस्ते में
Yes, sir.
we will go for that. So it determines how much money from which source can be collected.
Collect.
ठीक है? And
Yes,
this
sir.
is the rate of return that a farm would receive if it invests money in some place with similar kind of place. That means at least that much of money one should have which it is losing. That means at least opportunity cost should be covered. Okay, if the farm is losing, then at least that much money should be had. Are you getting or not getting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, last concept, I think under this meaning we have to understand. And this cost of capital, we are going to study under two heads. One is specific cost of capital. That means cost of capital of a particular source. Cost of debt, cost of equity, cost of preferred share. All these things are the example of specific source. Right? That is called specific cost of capital. Then we have to compute, or we need to understand one more concept, that is overall cost of capital. तो सबको
Okay.
मिला के क्या cost of capital? That is my overall cost of capital.
Cost of capital.
Okay. Individually आप
Yes, sir.
देखेंगे तो किसका cost ज्यादा होगा, किसका cost कम. Overall देखेंगे तो आपको एक ही cost मिलेगा. That will be used for decision making purpose. Overall cost is relevant.
Yes, sir.
समझ में है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Various items will be mixed and you have to find out it's their overall cost. आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ. सपोज आप देखे होंगे जो रोड साइड में मिक्सर वाले बेचते हैं, बहुत सारी चीज मिला के आपको देते हैं.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
नहीं, आप बोलते हो कितने का, वो बोलता है 10 रुपए का. 10 रुपए में आपको कुछ मिक्सर आपको देते हैं. नहीं, उसमें आप देखेंगे
Yes, sir.
कम से कम 10-12 चीजें मिला के देता है. अब मेरे को बताओ कि सारी चीज का कॉस्ट सेम है जितनी चीजें मिला कर? बहुत सारी चीजें
No.
मिला के देता है.
Yes, sir.
Is it not? Suppose rice puff,
Yes, sir.
jar, let us say this thing, fried groundnuts, okay, coriander leaves, tomato, onion, or everything that he mixes. Now you tell me whether their costs are same or their costs are different.
Costs are different.
Costs are different. If different, that means cost of onion is different, cost of tomato is
Yes,
different,
sir.
cost of this groundnut, that is also different, right? Their costs are different.
Yes, sir.
They are called as by specific cost. But overall, that guy knows that if I combine everything, my overall cost will be 8 rupees. Oh, that control he is having. That the entire package overall cost will be how much? 8 rupees. So that he can sell it at 10 rupees.
Yes, sir.
Right? And he is controlling the mixture in such a way that of any kind of combination you say, overall cost should be within 8. But if it changes the mixture, there is a possibility that by changing the combination, cost may go off. It may become 12 rupees. In that
Yes.
case, he will be incurring losses.
Yes, sir.
अगर उसने ऐसा चीज डाल दिया जो बहुत कॉस्टली है, उसको थोड़ा डालना है, उसको बढ़ा दिया, तो उसका कॉस्ट हो जाएगा 12 रुपए, बट ये भी सेल एट 10 रुपीस. So there will be losses. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
So overall cost we need to compute, but to know that I need to know what is the specific cost. हर चीज का मेरे को कॉस्ट पता होना चाहिए. Then only I can create a mixture. Otherwise I cannot do business. I cannot create a mixture. Mixture बनाने के लिए हर चीज का मेरे को individual cost पता होना चाहिए. Then only I can control overall.
Yes, sir.
You are agreeing
Yes,
to
sir.
this?
Yes, sir.
So in our financial management, specific cost को हम बोलते हैं cost of equity, cost of debt, cost of preference, cost of convertible, cost of return earning, like this. So when we do the business, we create a mixture of all these things. But finally, we control on what? Weighted average cost of capital.
Overall.
Or overall cost of capital. We know कुछ भी मिलाओ, लेकिन
Yes.
overall cost मेरे को इतनी होना चाहिए. Overall cost मेरे को 20 होना चाहिए. So that I can earn 25. मेरे को पता है प्रोजेक्ट 25% रिटर्न देगा. मेरे को ओवरऑल कॉस्ट जैसे भी हो 20 के अंदर रखना है. Are you getting it?
अच्छा.
So the exactly the same concept
Yes, sir.
which the mixer wala is doing, we are also doing same thing in financial management. Okay? Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now little technical things will enter into regarding assumptions. Certain assumptions are necessary to understand this cost of capital concept. Then importance of the cost of capital, then factors determining cost of capital, like factors not controlled, how we are controlled. So friends, we will do one thing. Let's stop our class here today. So next class we will start from this assumption. Okay, do you have any query?
No, sir.
Any query you have?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, both of you have received PPTs. So similar way, you will be texting me your mail IDs. I will be sending you the PPTs for the class. Okay, we'll catch up again tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? If you have got some
सर फिर से सेंड करूँगा
yeah.
फिर से सेंड करेंगे जीमेल.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I will write it. So you'll reply.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. See you tomorrow at 3:30.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.